This is News 6 Tonight.
Hello, is this thing on?
What's your name?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to News 6 Tonight.
Oh, you remember the name of the show. That's
I
nice.
did. Did you see how slowly I said it so I could make it 6 tonight? I'm so happy to be back with you guys and so happy that you guys stuck with us. I'm Ginger Gaston.
I'm Matt Austin. Yeah, glad to have you back.
Thank you.
After 2 weeks, Sue says good evening, Matt and Ginger. She's glad to see you as well.
Oh, thank you,
Ginger
Sue.
was busy climbing a mountain in her spare
It's fine.
time.
Who hasn't done
Very
it?
exciting. Matt Gore Adventure says, hi, Matt and Ginger.
Oh,
We
hi.
did have a good weekend. Good to see you. Thanks for tuning
Yeah.
in tonight. Glad to have you all with us.
Yeah.
Here's a phrase we haven't used in a while, Ginger. Stand your ground. It's all we talked about for
a while.
years ago.
Yeah,
During
exactly.
the George Zimmerman trial. But Florida Attorney General James Uthmeier, he wants the Orange Osceola State Attorney, that's Monique Worrell, to withdraw prosecution against a woman who is charged in this road rage incident. Her name's Tina Algeo, and she is charged with second-degree murder right now.
Such a weird story, right?
It's an odd story because basically there was this road rage deal going on, and according to her attorney, the guy who she was interacting with here opens the door and starts
Gets out of his car.
Gets out of his car, opens the door, assaults her. She shoots him. And
Kills him.
Right. And so now she is charged with second-degree murder. So the Attorney General for the state of Florida is saying, hey, you need to drop this case. This is clearly a self-defense. He says self-defense and stand your ground, which are two completely different things. But our community correspondent, Mike Valenti, has a look at this story to give you the nuts and bolts.
Attorney General James Uthmeier sending this letter Monday to State Attorney Monique Worrell, urging her to reconsider her decision to prosecute 48-year-old Tina Algeo, who in December of 2024 shot and killed Mikhail Setkov after a road rage incident escalated.
My client was in a car when she was attacked by the guy who opened the door and started beating on her, and I think that is an appropriate basis from which you can argue self-defense.
Mark O'Mara represented George Zimmerman in his criminal case, and now he's defending Tina Algeo, contending that his client was justified in using force and thus should be immune from criminal prosecution, an argument that Uthmeier amplified.
Under Florida law, she justifiably stood her ground and acted in self-defense.
Worrell argues that it was Algeo who instigated the whole incident after hitting Svetkov's car, an act that Algeo says was an accident and happened only after Svetkov hit hers. Worrell called out Uthmeier's, quote, inexperience with criminal prosecution, saying it risks public safety and the credibility of the criminal legal system.
Now, there has been a lot going on with Monique Worrell. And to remind people, the governor a year ago removed her from office for not prosecuting some of the cases he thought should have been, she should have been tougher on. Your chair's sinking me in.
Why'd you switch back? I was trying to, this chair is killing me.
Yeah, so the governor removed her from office. She ran again and won. So the people have elected her twice now. So this is a case where they're saying, oh, you're too tough, so back down. You know what I mean? So people are looking at this thinking, and some people are saying, okay, she can't win. If she's soft on crime, then they come after her for that. If she's too tough, then they go after her for that. So there has to be some common ground here, and the common ground has to be the law.
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting to watch her attorney, Mark O'Mara, who we've interviewed many times in the past, a very interesting guy, and he is one of the guys you go to for stand your ground.
Of course, because he was George Zimmerman's attorney.
Yes, and he says very clearly in the interview, we're going for self-defense, which self-defense, it's different. You're protecting yourself. Stand your ground is decided in a legal hearing. After someone claims self-defense, and then if the judge grants you stand your ground, then you don't, just the whole case is gone. So it's sort of two different things. But it was interesting because in the story he says, I don't really want this case to become a legal football here. And so you've got you would think the Florida Attorney General is on your side saying drop the case. You'd think you would be excited about that, but he does not seem like
he doesn't want the help.
Playing around.
He doesn't want the help. He says we got this.
Which may indicate that he feels good about his case.
Of course, he has a strong case. Is what he's thinking. So we'll have to keep a close eye on that one and bring you the latest when it happens. But it is one of those interesting stories that has a lot of people talking.
Sure.
Another story that has people talking. Are we a month into the school year yet? I don't know when school
we're
started.
probably a month-
About
yeah.
a month in, and
Early August or early September. yeah.
my goodness, the things that have happened so far in the state of Florida. We have a 9-year-old who is facing some serious charges. This is in Marion County. He brought a gun onto a school bus, and it was,
Look at
thank
that
good,
little thing.
look at that gun. He's facing really some serious charges here. This happened in Marion County. It happened this morning, Monday morning. He was on his way to College Park Elementary School. And if you don't know where that is, that's on Southwest 33rd Avenue. It's in Ocala in Marion County. Police say some other students basically saw something and said something, which is exactly what you want to happen in a case like this one. And this kid did admit that, okay, he went to a relative's home, got the gun out of the bedroom. A secured bedroom is how they
Yeah, they
described it.
describe it as a secured bedroom. I don't understand. It wasn't very secure if a 9-year-old was able to get in there and grab a gun. And a secured
Bedroom
gun is a
and a
safe.
safe.
And you
I
can't
noticed
get
that
to the gun.
language too.
It's when they said that, I was like, that is a
I
strange
mean, maybe
way
the
to
bedroom
frame
door
it.
was locked and the kid knew how to get in there, but
9-year-olds know how to pick locks.
if
I
you're
don't
going
know.
to secure a gun, it has to be in a safe, something where your fingerprint or a combination is needed to get into that. And how that 9-year-old managed to do that, I don't know. But I think if we can we put up the laundry list of charges that this 9-year-old? Nope, we cannot do that. But I'm going to tell you what this 9-year-old is facing. Thank you, Chris. Those charges include possession of a firearm on school property, armed burglary, grand theft of a firearm, resisting arrest without violence. He was arrested and taken to the Department of Juvenile Justice. 9 years old. I think of 9-year-olds and I think of, you know who?
My daughter, who's 9 years old.
I think of Sawyer, and I'm
Can you
like,
imagine Sawyer packing heat headed on the school bus?
no, I mean,
It's crazy.
and
to
the
think
kid
about.
said that, I didn't want to hurt anyone. I just kind of wanted to show it off. And thank goodness that the kids on the bus said something. They found the gun with him under the seat where he was sitting. And
Was it loaded? Did it have bullets in it?
yeah, and it could have been a completely different story. I believe so far in Florida, according to our database, we've had 13 shootings, school shootings, and that and including the one that happened at FSU in April. They include that one into school shootings, but
Yeah.
this one could have been a totally different story had this kid had malicious intent, or it could have been an accident. Who knows?
Absolutely.
Who
A 9-year-old
knows?
does not know
Yeah.
what he's doing. And with a revolver, you can just pull
my
the trigger. It's not like there's a safety on or anything like that. So
Yeah, yeah.
definitely very scary. And I thought the same thing as you.
Yeah,
9 years old. I'm just
9.
picturing my 9-year-old.
I know,
Get a
I
hold
know.
of it.
They didn't name him because of his age,
Yeah,
but
of
he
course.
is in some
I hope
serious
in a
trouble.
situation like that, you can throw the book at a kid and do all this stuff, but you want somebody who's on this strange track to be rehabilitated. He's still young. Hopefully they can
Just
figure
to
out
know,
whatever's going on.
Dude, this is not something for show and tell
That's a lot of charges. So
for 9. Yeah.
we'll have to see. Well, somebody who is synonymous with Florida passed away on Saturday over the weekend. He started the iconic surf shop, Ron John. There's a ton of them out near the coast, including a really big one out there. His real name is Ron DeMena, and I've been fascinated to learn a little bit more about this guy. His stores have become synonymous with Florida
gosh.
and the lifestyle. And,
Yeah.
and this guy is really just a huge business success. So very interesting life. Jarrell Baker, our community correspondent, details Ron DeMena.
He was a huge part of Cocoa Beach. We might not be on the map where we are today.
It's where Ron DeMena opened his second shop in the 1960s when Mayor Keith Capizzi was just a kid. Now, it's the world's largest surf shop.
It was awesome. It was amazing. As a kid, to see something like Disney World-esque in your town, it was something really cool.
DeMena died Saturday at the age of 88. He not only opened the Ron John Surf School and the museum in the area, but also gave back to local events like Surfing Santas.
Love that.
What Surfing Santas did as far as bringing people together on the beach for a good time. And then the fact that Surfing Santas became a community fundraiser, I think he was happy about that as well.
I mean, you
It's Kelly's
cannot be anywhere on the coast of Florida and not see one of those signs. It is iconic. It reminds me growing up in South Carolina, and I don't know if you know about south of the border.
South of the border?
It's called south of the border, and for like 100 miles, you see these south of the border signs.
Oh, with this, yeah.
Yeah, and so anytime I see those signs, I get warm feelings because it's like, oh, it's like home. But
Reminds you of that.
yeah. But he put Cocoa Beach on the map for surfing.
Even more than our area and Cocoa Beach. So back in the day, surfing was for hippies and weirdos,
Granola
nomadic people, people kind of on the edge of society.
Yeah.
And as somebody who's fascinated by business these days, to see someone take this niche kind of on the fringe thing and turn it into a culturally relevant, exciting business that has these huge retail shops and makes millions of dollars.
And something people could be proud of, not like, what do you do? I'm a surfer.
Yeah. It made surfing cool.
Yeah,
He helped
very
to
cool.
do that. So
very, very cool.
First store on Canaveral Pier, I read this in Florida today, had a dirt floor. That's what he started with. He was selling surfboards out of the trunk of his car.
Matt, we call that a beach floor, not a dirt floor.
It's a sandy floor. Is that what you're saying? I don't know.
Let's hope so.
Cool
Let's
guy,
hope
though,
so.
and what a life he lived.
Oh, man. Left a mark on Florida for sure. In a good way.
Yeah.
In a very good way. Okay, so we're not done yet. Stay with us because when we come back, we don't want to bore you with this next story, but...
Everybody just left. Thanks. Cool. We'll be right back. It'll be better. Welcome to News 6 Tonight. We are so thankful that you're joining us here wherever you found us.
Yeah, you know what this tells me? If you have made this your new streaming destination, it tells me you're smart. Also good looking because you chose to watch the news in a different way. That makes you really smart. Anybody can give you the news from a teleprompter or an old newspaper. We do it in a fresh new way.
That's right. So check us out wherever you like to stream. We have this app for your TV, News 6 Plus. You can find it on Roku and Amazon and whatever your smart TV is cooking. So thank you. We would love to hear your comments down below.
My gosh. Yeah.
And then we'll show them.
Yeah, we will. News 6 Plus. The plus is you.
Ooh.
Welcome back, everyone. I apologize for that terrible pun that I made going into break, but when you see this story, you'll understand. It's about, you hear about these wild boars that run around in Florida. They can tear up a lawn. They can also tear you up, too, if they get a hold of you. Well, there is an incident that happened in Lee County, and let's just roll the video of what we have.
Gosh. Right? That's a big feral animal. Just came through, busting through the back door.
Yeah, look at him running out. And meanwhile, you have this. Oh, the pig goes right after him. I hadn't seen that part.
That is, look at how big that thing is, though. You walk into your house and, well, it crashed through like a glass door or something, they said.
Police officer have a rope with him?
Look at that thing.
That thing's aggressive. My goodness.
I mean, he didn't get that fat by being shy.
Look at him. They can mess you up. They have those little tusks.
Yeah. You will. If you get gored by one of those things, it is game over. You're gonna see somebody for some. And look at him. He's not very friendly.
He moves well for a portly fellow.
You know how they make them seem so friendly in the Disney movies?
Yeah.
No.
No Hakuna Matata with that one.
For that guy.
He
So-
burst through the screen.
Yeah.
And but the funniest part about the video that I can't get over is the guy just sitting in a chair.
Yeah.
Well, that's funny for the officer.
Oh my
but the
gosh.
dude just sitting in there in a chair like,
Hey,
there's a pig in my house.
what's your story?
Not moving?
You saw the officer had a hard time roping him. The pig got away.
It did.
It got away. They didn't catch him. So lock your doors.
Hide your kids. Hide your wife.
There's a
Doors are
wild
out.
boar on the loose.
On top of craziness happening over the weekend, there was some serious rain coming.
Yes, there
Did you get
was.
hit with some of that?
Okay, so I was on my way back and I was in Atlanta at the airport, and they said there's a ground stop in Orlando, so we can't even take off from Atlanta because this is going to be a while. So an hour and some change later, we're sitting on the tarmac just waiting for the rain and the weather to end in Orlando.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is going on at home? And when I talked to my husband, he's like, it's been raining all day like
Yeah,
this.
it was. Yeah, it was a rainy day. Yeah, I'm sure many of you saw it at your places over the weekend. People in Port Orange got several inches of rain really quick, and it flooded out some places. Our community correspondent Molly Reed spoke with neighbors there.
This area of Port Orange saw just over 4 inches of rain last night, and still these houses in the Sleepy Hollow neighborhood went underwater.
A 1 hour rainstorm did all of that damage.
Tina and Kevin Stevenson's home even sits elevated compared to the road. But this was inside their house Sunday night. They had French drains put in after the hurricanes in 2022 and 2024 flooded the area in hopes they would help.
For that reason, when it, gets flooded back there, it's supposed to just go through the pipes, the drains, and go to the main drain in the cul-de-sac. It couldn't do that because that was backed up.
It wasn't just their neighborhood that flooded in Port Orange Sunday night. This is the aftermath in Seaside Gymnastics Training Center off Eastport Parkway. And Lauren Benning on Brittany Avenue off Spruce Creek Road says the water nearly took over their car parked in the road.
Something is not right.
Is that becoming more regular?
It is.
These homeowners we talked to now asking if the city's projects it's promised to update its stormwater system are actually working.
What kind of work are they doing?
I reached out to the city this morning to ask these questions in an interview, but I was told no one was available to speak today.
Oh, that is awful. And those folks, you heard her mention it, they've had, seasons of back-to-back hurricanes, Ian in particular, where some people left Port Orange and didn't come back because they couldn't recover from all that flooding that happened there. And here's, 4 inches, it sounds like a lot, but in theory, it's really not a lot. But the fact that they are flooding from that,
When it comes
there's a
that
problem.
quick,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
when it just all puddles together over a
problem.
large area,
It's a
it can be a
problem.
really big issue. And I know somebody who knows a lot about that. Our meteorologist, Jonathan Kagas, he joins us now for a look. It has been, look at him
He's
looking
looking around for the person who knows.
You know who I'm
knows- who
talking
knows a
about.
lot?
This handsome blonde over there in the weather center.
Guru.
Jonathan
Now
Kagas.
I really don't know who you're talking about.
So what happened there in Port Orange? Was it a significant rainstorm in that particular area, or did that area just not handle it very well?
That's a good question. It's certainly an infrastructure thing. They got about 4 inches of rain in about an hour. That's a lot of rain,
That is.
but I feel like Florida soil and everything should handle it. I can't speak for the engineering side of things. I'm not too familiar with how that is, but I feel like that's becoming a bigger problem. I know it's becoming a bigger problem. We'll use the D word. I mean, development. The more pavement you put in spots, the more runoff you're going to have. But again, 4 inches of rain is a lot of water to get in an hour. So that'll certainly do it for sure. Taking you back to the radar image of yesterday, and most of this fell, I think I have to go back. It was about 7:30 to 8:30 last night. And I'll take you, it's about right here.
You have it pulled up? Oh, there we go.
Oh, I lost my radar data, only goes back 24 hours. So we're just outside of that. But it was hanging around. That's what it was at 9:30 last night. So things were wrapping up. But between about 7:30 and 8:30, give or take, that's when we had the heaviest rain coming through. Again, 4 inches of rain is a lot in an hour. That would do catastrophic damage if that fell over like the mountains of North Carolina.
Sure.
Or the desert Southwest. anything with terrain. Florida, I feel like should be able to handle 4 inches of rain an hour.
Yeah, you would think so. And we've talked about the D word before, development.
Yeah.
And it's just a fact of life. Florida is growing so quickly. And I know I said that it doesn't seem like 4 inches is a lot. I know it's a lot of
Right.
rain, but Florida
For
should be
us.
able to handle it. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. That makes a lot of sense.
It's right. It's not Texas. We have the great soil to absorb that. What you're seeing now, a lot of it, the infrastructure just can't keep up with it, because obviously you need the drains, you need somewhere for that water to go, and that's the thing. As quickly as that puddled up like that with ankle deep water, as you saw some in the video, I mean, it was gone like that. As soon as it stopped, I mean, thankfully it didn't last much longer than an hour. But as soon as it stopped, then the drains were able to catch up.
Yeah,
That's what I
Jonathan,
suspect.
I did a story earlier this year, and it was the Glen Eagles neighborhood. You know what neighborhood I'm
Yes, I
talking
remember
about?
that.
Okay, and one of the problems they had was they had flooding too. Like people were floating out of their homes, and that's a neighborhood where people left and did not come back.
Yeah.
And one of the problems they said, it also development. They used to have a golf course nearby. Well, that was torn up, and a shopping center was put
Right.
in.
Put all that concrete in.
Exactly. Well, the golf course could absorb a lot of that, and
There you go.
a concrete parking lot is not going to.
Yeah,
So,
but it's so hard to prove, after the fact.
well, before
really
they
is
put it in, they didn't have the problem. After they put it in, they had the problem. It's a
Oh,
straight
and-
line to me.
And they
Okay.
will, say if someone would summon me to court, I would 100% do it.
Yeah,
Seriously, I could, with a meteorological expertise. It's
got to have somewhere to
the
go.
The other thing, this is happening more often, and it's because of climate change. That's what I think Central Florida's biggest deal is that these storms produce much more rain than they used to 50 years ago. So these happen much more. Combine that with more asphalt and pavement, you're going to see this happen even on a routine summer storm.
All right.
Yeah, and you're hearing the person in Molly's story say, she lives in the neighborhood. She's like, this is happening more than it used to. So
It's true.
proof.
Jonathan's going to break
Absolutely.
all your meteorological questions down coming up at 9:30 if you want to check him out.
Look forward to seeing you.
I'm really excited about the story. If you stick with us just through one more block,
My goodness.
we have baseball Karen we're going to talk about. We'll be right back. Welcome to News 6 Tonight. We are so thankful that you're joining us here wherever you found us.
Yeah, you know what this tells me? If you have made this your new streaming destination, it tells me you're smart. Also, good looking. Because you chose to watch the news in a different way. That makes you really smart. Anybody can give you the news from a teleprompter or an old newspaper. We do it in a fresh new way.
That's right. So check us out wherever you like to stream. We have this app for your TV, News 6 Plus. You can find it on Roku and Amazon and whatever your smart TV is cooking. So thank you. We would love to hear your comments down
Oh my
below.
gosh. Yeah.
And then we'll show them.
Yeah, we will. News 6 Plus. The plus is you.
Ooh. We got to figure out this mic thing.
All right, welcome back, everyone, to our final segment of News 6 Tonight. It is a story that when you hear it, it enrages you because there's nothing more pure than a child at a baseball game and you get a pop ball and it just lands right there and your dad gets it for you,
Comes and brings it back.
puts it in your little birthday hands.
Little birthday hands. And then some raging Karen comes over.
I'm not going to call her a Karen. but
Choose out your dad.
This is at the Marlins-Philly game in Miami. It happened over the weekend. And let's just listen to CBS reporter Kristen Benavidez because they talked to the dad and the kid.
Philadelphia fan Andrew Feltwell comes up with the souvenir and hands it to his son Lincoln, the whole family there celebrating his 10th birthday.
To have the ball even come close to coming near us, the excitement of a maybe, and then to grab it, it was just like, you know, it kept stepping up higher and higher. And when I put that ball in his glove, I felt like I accomplished something great.
But that feeling was short-lived. Another fan storms over to demand the ball.
The screaming and yelling is what killed it for me. I just decided to make it end.
I'm kind of overwhelmed with all the fame.
Lincoln didn't leave empty-handed. The Marlins gave him a goodie bag of memorabilia. Some fans came over to give him their own balls, and after the game, Bader gave him a signed bat.
Really, really cool just even meeting him in person, but him giving me the bat, that was very, very nice of him.
Best birthday ever. But wait, Matt, there's more.
It worked out.
They also walked away not only with that swag, but Camping World CEO Marcus Lemonis saw what happened. He saw the whole thing play out online. He says he's buying World Series tickets for that whole family. And just as a little icing on the cake, he gave them an RV. He gave them an RV.
She didn't stab the kid. I mean,
Could you imagine what he would have gotten?
I don't understand the world today in so many ways. There's so many things that,
But
yes.
I applaud the dad. I know some people think he's
Applaud him.
I applaud him because he was like, okay, this is not worth fighting over. And it taught his kid a great lesson. Like, okay, choose your battle. We say that all the time here in news. Pick your battle. That was not the battle.
Your dad won't fight for you. That's good.
That's not, oh my gosh. How did this turn? And we don't have enough time.
You can't give over the ball just because somebody comes over and yells at you.
We'll be back tomorrow with a new co-host.